Excuse me, have you heard about Bill C9 being passed?
Bill C9.
Yes. It's
Never heard of
it's the Combating Hate Act, which in title sounds really great, but we've already had enshrined in our law anti-hate laws in hate.
Freedom of speech and
Yeah, yeah.
all that
So
stuff.
it's actually combating freedom of speech. It's eating away at our freedom of speech and all our fundamental human rights. Bill C9 also works in conjunction with Bill C63, which criminalizes quoting the Bible in public, because it considers that hate speech. But in Bill C9, what's very risky is the fact that um, its definition of hate is just a synonym for hate. So it basically says, well, what's a hate crime? Hate. So anything that the government decides to label as hate can land you a criminal charge. Do you mind if I put you on camera for my YouTube?
Sure.
So
All
knowing,
right.
hey ma. So knowing that, do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, go ahead. Say whatever you want.
Okay. So
Fuck.
that's very fucked up. Me personally, I'm a very outspoken person, and I speak the way I learned how to speak, and I've got a very sailor's tongue, and a very what people would label as hateful.
Yeah.
But I have no hate in my heart at all. So why would I be charged for just speaking?
So yeah, that's the risk, because it doesn't really define if it's actually hate. And when we already have hate laws, we shouldn't be. This is, to me. Let me put it this way: it seems more like an act of control,
Yeah.
rather than an act of trying to protect those who are vulnerable. Especially when they have the expansion of the MAID program. Have you heard about the Bill C9? Probably not, no. Basically, they are labeling, the government's taking the liberty to define what hate is and call it a criminal charge. So now, if you go against the narrative, you can be considered, you can be labeled as hateful and get a hate crime charge. Basically, that's how it's going to be used in layman's terms. So, it's not good for the normal guy.
No, because me walking down the street, if I'm walking down the street and I turn around and say I don't fucking like this, all of a sudden I'm hateful.
Yeah, so like the same guy who put it, like Carney is the same guy who put it in power in enacted this law or pushed for it in Britain. And now they arrest well over 3,000 people per year for online posts. So that's the same thing can happen here now. So now for an online post that people consider hateful, you can go to jail, and they can look back at your past up to 10 years to charge you. So something you said 10 years ago can be used against you.
So my daughter could be 18 years old and getting shit for something she turned around and said when she was 10.
Possibly, yeah. Like that's how it's used in Britain now.
That is fucked up.
So there was a woman. I've said this before on my channel as an example. There's many cases like this. So there was a woman who was raped, and during the court trial, her rapist was getting off pretty much, right? So she stood up and she said, "This man's a fucking pig," right? Because he raped her multiple times. He kidnapped her and raped her, and she got 3 years in prison. There was another story that this just came out that's in the tabloids. A father found out where there's grooming gangs in London now. Yeah. Found out where his daughter was, tried to get her back, called the police, and they arrested him. And so it's very concerning that these same laws are coming into effect here.
All that's gonna do is make people like me, who I'm a father of three,
Yeah.
3 little girls. And if I know where my daughter is and if she's being abused,
You're not going to call the police.
I'm not calling the cops. I'm walking up there and I'm getting my daughters back.
I said the exact same thing. Now we're not condoning violence. We're just expressing a father's love.
Nothing's gonna stop me from saving my kids.
Exactly, and I think it's criminal to try and stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
should
think
be
I think
able
we need
to
to
call
hold
the
our
police.
government account.
I should be able to call the police for help when my daughter's in danger.
Mhm.
I shouldn't have to be worried about if I'm going to go to jail for calling for help.
Yeah.
Because I can't go and do something.
Because
I'm going to go to jail if I go and hurt someone.
So it hasn't got there yet, but it's the same law, right? And that
Mhm.
and it's the same person, and we got the same groups coming here that are doing these grooming gangs. So it's like that's what we have to be worried about, and so that's why I'm trying to start a channel, and I'm going around the streets and I'm talking to people about these bills being passed. So before it gets to the violence, we can just try and combat the laws.